Welcome back, everyone! I am the MoeChicken, and this is more Castlevania Symphony of the Night Maria mode. So today we are going to be continuing Maria's quest to wander through the evil castle and try to do something. I guess she's trying to defeat Dracula. I haven't really talked too much about Miss Maria Renard because I don't know how many people know much about her. Now, if you've played the original Symphony of the Night, or if you've played Rondo of Blood, you may know who Maria is, but if you have not done either of those things, I will explain. Now, if you have any familiarity with the Castlevania mythos, you probably know the name Belmont. The Belmonts are a clan of vampire hunters who have been around for many centuries and have always combated Dracula and his forces using the vampire killer whip, which has different origin stories depending on which game you're playing. In the episode Castlevania Dracula X, also known as Castlevania Rondo of Blood, the Belmont in charge at that time was one Richter Belmont, again, depending on which game you're playing, he either looks like Ryu from Street Fighter using a whip, or he's like a crazy mop-haired guy in a blue coat if you're playing Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Anyway, he had a fiancée. Her name was Annette Renard, and she was immediately kidnapped by Dracula, because that's what he does. Naturally, it gave the token Belmont all the more reason to defeat Dracula because he wanted to get his girl back. Also, as a side note about Rondo of Blood, in that game you can actually, like, there are multiple endings depending on whether or not you save Annette and Maria here. Maria is Annette's sister, little sister, and which makes her, I suppose, Richter's sister-in-law. Anyway, the Renards themselves are actually like monster hunters too. They're not. I don't think that they were actually vampire hunters. I think they just sort of fought like skeletons and werewolves and like standard monsters, I suppose, non-vampire monsters. And I guess that's how they met. I guess Annette and Richter met at like at Vampire Con 1076 or what? Wait, no, what time period is it? Oh, what is it, like 1492, 1500s, somewhere around there. I think it was the 15th century when these people lived. Anyway, they probably met at some vampire killing convention. They're like, "Hey, you want to go out? You want to go out later?" I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, in Rondo of Blood, they were both kidnapped. You could rescue. Now in the original PC Engine version, you could play as Maria. In the Super Nintendo port, Dracula X, or Vampire's Kiss if you were living in, the PAL regions, I think you could just save them. I think you could not actually play as them, but you could play as Maria in that, and she was a little girl, and she was very energetic and spunky, and she wore a pink dress and a red bow, and they clashed horribly, and altogether she was a very strange addition to a series which would usually feature like a manly protagonist and like very dark gothic surroundings, and then suddenly you have this like little girl in a pink dress with like blonde hair who throws doves at people to kill them, and she kind of stands out. I think a lot of people liked her, and so they brought her back for this, which is in fact a direct sequel. That's why it's Akumozo Dracula X, because it's supposed to be the second Dracula X game, the first Dracula X game being Dracula X Rondo of Blood. So they brought her back for this, and if you've played the regular Symphony of the Night, you probably know her from that. She shows up as looking for Richter, because at the outset of Symphony of the Night, Richter disappears. Let's see, can I go through this yet? Okay, yeah, I already have the item. So that would bring me to the church. I want to actually go fight Slogger and Gaibon, though. So in this port, or in this special edition, you can just play as her. I don't know, it's cool. So what else though? What's some other interesting stuff about Maria? I mentioned in the previous episode that there is in the PSP version you can play as Maria, but I didn't really go into what that entails. Hey boys, how you doing? B! Oh, I want to use the big one. Let's see. Shoot. Yeah, so her PSP variant fights a little bit differently. Wow, that really did a lot of damage to those guys. Awesome. Freaking slaughtering Gaibon. Her PSP variant, first of all, looks a little different. She has kind of like, I guess, broader shoulders, and her hair flows in the wind, I think, when she's just standing there. Like in this one, like when you stop, she kind of does this little wiggle dance, and then stands there, and just kind of hangs out. And if you hold up, she kind of tenses a little bit, and you can let go of it, and she wiggles again. In the PSP version, she kind of like, I want to say, she's standing in a more like she kind of like thrusts her shoulders back a little bit more, I think, and has kind of like her hair poofs out a bit more. I don't know. I can't remember. It's been a little while since I played it. But she also fights with doves. All of this, that's all gone. She fights with her doves again. She has her special sub-weapons. In this game, she has like the standard Belmont sub-weapons, although she uses them differently. As you can see, she throws 3 knives instead of just 1. Her holy water works a little bit differently, if I remember correctly. So yeah, I like this version. Like this being sort of the first Maria mode for this game that I played, it always kind of stood out. Like when I played the PSP one, I was super disappointed that it was not this Maria, because this is the one I wanted. I wanted to play as this again, because I like the weird Mega Man Maria. I think it's funny. Anyway, something else about this Maria that I have not gone into yet is her connection with the 4, what would you call them? I guess the sacred beasts of I believe it's Chinese mythology? Seiryu, Genbu, Byakko, and Suzaku, which I think are their Japanese names. But they are the 4, they're like 4 animals that represent the 4 cardinal directions. Now, in the in Rondo of Blood, and also in the PSP remake, she can use those as her sub-weapons. So you can get like a cat, which is supposed to represent Byakko. You can get the vermilion bird, which is supposed to represent Suzaku. You can get the dragon, which is Seiryu. And you can get the turtle shell, which is Genbu. Now in this game, since she is an adult Maria at 17, I think. That's an adult, right? She has like special abilities that still use the things, but they don't act the same. So they're all fighting game inputs. Kind of like it again, if you've played Symphony of the Night, you probably know how Alucard gets like special abilities from the Master Librarian, and it lets you like throw fireballs or summon spirit or use dark metamorphosis by like entering button combinations. She's got that, but I'm not good at those, so I'm gonna try them. So let's see. Where am I right now? Hang on. Where's my map? Which button is map? Which button on the Sega Saturn controller's map? Map, where are you? How do I do it? I'm trying to find the map. Hang on. What's the map? Okay, that's backdash. It's like down and start or something. How do you do the map? Do the map. Map, please. Map. There we go. I did it. What did I push? I think I pushed both L and R at the same time. All right, good. Okay, so here we go. So the first one I will try is the Hyper Knuckle. So that's roll to forward attack. Easy enough. Fantastic. Alright, so I can throw a fireball from Street Fighter. Next one is Byakko. That's up and then down to forward attack. So up. That's it. Up. They do it. Summoning Byakko! And I fire! Okay. That's pretty useful, actually. That one's not too bad either. Alright, so that's Byakko. These do use her magic. That gauge on the right over there is her magic. And another thing that I have neglected to mention is that if you do not have magic, you cannot fire magic fireballs. It actually is... It actually uses that gauge. It uses such a small amount that it's usually not relevant, but there you go. So, on to the next cardinal direction. Let's see. We are going to go for Suzaku next. So that's starting from up. It's roll down to roll to down. So up to down and then attack. So I do it. Come on, do it. Do it. Summon a bird. Summon a bird. Come on. I'm not doing it. Well, foot. Oh, I'm bad at fighting game controls, you guys. We will keep trying. Let's see. Alright, so... Come on. Nope. Okay. Okay. Come on! Oh, it's not working! I'm so bad at these! Oh! Alright, Okay. Up. Alright, so it's like up, diagonal, right, diagonal, down. Let's see. Do I stop following through? You know, this is one of those situations where I kind of wish I had one of those things like in the practice modes in Namco fighting games where they give you an idea of what your attacks or what buttons you're inputting. All right, we're not getting Suzaku apparently right now. Let's try the next one. So Seiryu is back, forward, back. Let's see, so back and then roll down and oh guns. Ed, please put up. I'm sorry, buddy. Put up the instructions I'm trying to say. So it's back and then like roll back and then forward and then attack. So, That's it. No. So good at this. Oh gosh. Nope, I did it. Maybe. What am I doing? Oh, I just summoned Byako again. I don't need him. I mean, that's cool. Fire's good, but I want to summon the dragon. Summon the dragon. No. No. Wait, maybe? No. Alright, well, I'm not succeeding at all. Let me just keep going for a little bit. I will keep trying that during this playthrough. Because I want to show you guys those. They're cool. I've managed them before, and they're really neat. Oh, there we go. I summoned something. I did that. What is that? I think that was... Maybe that was Genbu? I don't think that was Seiryu. I think that was Genbu, maybe. Maybe? No? Oh, jeez. Okay. Sorry. Alright, well, we will move on. But yeah, she's just sort of neat. I don't know. I like the fact that in this game she was so different, you know? And you could make the argument that like the PSP version is a more... I don't need this. The PSP version is a more accurate rendition of her since it's more similar to how she was in the original game. That's fair. I'll give you that. That's fair. But this one's more interesting because it's different. I don't know. It's cool. Plus you can kick things, and it's funny. I just kicked that zombie in half. That's awesome. Get kicked. It's actually a really strong attack. It's just very short range. Yeah, I don't know. It's neat. It's neat. So we're going to keep going. We're going to keep on going through here and just see what we can find. There are some things that I have neglected to mention regarding the layout of the castle. Ow! That really freaking hurt. The layout of the castle in this version is a little bit different. Now, this is something I believe they do actually have in the PSP version. They added 2 extra areas for this game. Specifically, they are the Cursed Prison and the Underground Garden, and we will get to one of them very shortly, and we will probably have to run away screaming as soon as we get there, because it's hard. But for the time being, we've reached the Marble Gallery, which I think in the next room there will be a save point, and that will be where we end. But first, I will try to use Byako. Byako! Nope, that's not Byako. Hang on, I'm gonna light you on fire. That's not it, that's Guardian Knuckle. I want to light something on fire. I want to do it, hang on. Hang on, okay, you will be lit on fire. Nope. This time for reals. Nope. Come on, fighting game. Nope. Come on! Alright, what is it? Am I doing it wrong? Hang on. I am doing it wrong. Okay, that's why. Dang it. This one poor guy. Hey! Prepare for fire! Fire! Oh yeah! Fantastic. Alright, that was worth it, right? Onward! Onward to the save point and the end of this episode. Hang on, Ouija board. Onward to the save point and the end of this episode. I'm the MoeChicken, this is Castlevania Symphony of the Night, and as always, thanks for stopping by.